The night holds many secrets. Shadows dance and whisper tales. One such tale, cloaked in darkness, is that of Dracula, a name that chills the blood, a creature of eternal night feasting on the living. Many know this fiend of fiction, but behind this gothic phantom lurks a real man. His name was Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia. He walked the earth in the 15th century, a time of brutal conflict and shifting allegiances. He was a ruler, a warrior, a defender of his land. Yet his methods were steeped in cruelty. His justice, swift and terrible. The stories of his deeds spread like a plague across Europe. They spoke of forests of impaled bodies, of rivers running red. He became a legend in his own lifetime. Join me then as we part the mists of time. Let us look upon the face of the man who inspired the greatest vampire of them all. Vlad III, later known as Vlad the Impaler, drew his first breath around 1431. The exact location is believed to be Sighiswara, Transylvania. His father was Vlad II Dracul, a notable figure himself. Vlad II was a member of the Order of the Dragon. This was a chivalric order dedicated to protecting Christianity in Eastern Europe. It was from this association that the name Dracul, meaning dragon, was derived. And from this, Draculia, son of the dragon. The world into which young Vlad was born was one of constant strife. The mighty Ottoman Empire pressed ever northward. Christian kingdoms in the Balkans struggled for survival. Wallachia, Vlad's future domain, was a borderland, a buffer state caught between the ambitions of Hungary and the Ottomans. Political intrigue was rife. Betrayal was a common currency. Princes rose and fell with alarming speed. Loyalty was a fragile commodity. This was the brutal school that would begin to shape the young prince's understanding of power and survival in a cruel world. A dark chapter in Vlad's youth began around 1442. His father, Vlad II Dracul, sought to navigate the treacherous political landscape. He made a pact with the Ottoman Sultan Murad II. As a guarantee of his loyalty, Vlad II was compelled to send two of his sons as hostages. Young Vlad, barely a teenager, and his younger brother Radu were delivered into Ottoman hands. This was not an uncommon practice. Yet for Vlad, these years of captivity would prove profoundly transformative, hardening his heart and shaping his future methods of rule. Life as a hostage in the Ottoman court was a gilded cage. The boys were educated. They were taught Turkish, the Quran, logic and horsemanship. They were treated with a degree of respect due to their princely status. However, they were prisoners nonetheless. Their freedom was forfeit. Their lives hung by a thread, dependent on their father's continued allegiance to the Sultan. Vlad III ascended to the throne of Wallachia on 3 separate occasions. His reigns were short, violent, and marked by an unyielding ferocity. His primary goal was to consolidate his power. He aimed to secure Wallachia's independence from foreign powers, particularly the encroaching Ottoman Empire and the ambitious Hungarian kingdom. To achieve this, he believed in absolute order, an order maintained not by consent, but by fear. A chilling, pervasive fear that would grip every corner of his domain and deter any who dared to oppose his will. His methods were notoriously brutal. He targeted not only external enemies but also internal dissenters. The boyars, Wallachia's noble class, were a constant source of instability. They had a history of deposing and assassinating princes. Vlad dealt with them ruthlessly. Legend tells of a great feast to which he invited hundreds of boyars. After they had eaten and drunk their fill, he had them all seized. Section 5 Voivode of Terror, the genesis of a fearsome nickname. The name Vlad the Impaler was not one he chose for himself. It was a moniker bestowed upon him by his enemies and by chroniclers horrified by his deeds. In Romanian he is known as Vlad Tepes. Tepes, pronounced Țepeș, translates directly to the Impaler. This name became inextricably linked to his legacy. It overshadowed his patronymic Draculea in the popular imagination outside of Romania. It was a name born of blood and agony, a testament to the preferred method of his gruesome justice and his psychological warfare. The widespread use of impalement during his reigns was well documented. German pamphlets, printed with the newly invented Gutenberg press, spread lurid tales of his atrocities across Europe. Section 6. Monster or National Savior, Romania's Divided View. While much of the Western world remembers Vlad III primarily as the Impaler, a bloodthirsty tyrant, his image within Romania is far more complex. Indeed, for many Romanians, he is regarded not as a monster, but as a national hero. A stern but ultimately just ruler who fought valiantly to defend his homeland's independence against overwhelming odds. This stark contrast in perception highlights the different lenses through which history can be viewed, shaped by national identity, cultural memory, and political expediency over centuries. In Romanian folklore and national narratives, Vlad Tepes is often portrayed as a strong leader, a man who brought order to a chaotic land. He is celebrated for his fierce resistance against the Ottoman Empire. At a time when many Balkan states were crumbling before the Turkish advance, Vlad stood defiant. His campaigns, though brutal, are seen by some as necessary evils in a desperate struggle for survival. He is credited with punishing corruption, defending the common people from the abuses of the boyar aristocracy, and upholding Wallachian sovereignty. This heroic portrayal gained particular traction during the 19th century. This was a period of Romanian national awakening and a desire for strong historical figures to rally around. Later, under the communist regime of Nicolae Ceausescu, Vlad was further promoted as a symbol of Romanian independence and defiance against foreign domination. His harsh methods were downplayed or justified as essential for state building and national defense. School children were taught to revere him as a patriot who put his country first, no matter the cost. Of course, this heroic image does not entirely erase the darker aspects of his reign. Section 7. From History's Darkness to Literary Nightmare, Stoker's Muse. The name Dracula, forever linked with the undead Count of Transylvania, owes its literary existence to Vlad III. Though my novel, Dracula, published in 1897, is a work of fiction, the historical threads connecting my creation to the Wallachian prince are undeniable. While researching Eastern European folklore and history for my tale of vampiric horror, I encountered the name Dracula. I learned it was a Wallachian term meaning devil, associated with a voivode who fought against the Turks and was known for his cruelty. This discovery was a spark in the darkness. I did not base Count Dracula's entire character on Vlad Tepes. My vampire is a composite figure drawing from various vampire myths, Transylvanian superstitions, and my own imagination. However, the name itself, with its sinister connotations, provided a powerful anchor. The historical Dracula's reputation for ferocity and his battles in a wild, remote land resonated with the atmosphere I wished to create. The notion of a powerful, ruthless figure from a land steeped in ancient conflicts and dark legends was immensely appealing for my narrative purposes. The historical details I incorporated were scant but significant. The Count's Sikali heritage, his boasts of fighting the Turks, his origin in the Carpathian Mountains, these elements echo aspects of Vlad's life and the region he inhabited. The real Vlad was not, of course, a vampire. Section 8. An Indelible Mark. The Enduring Legacy of Vlad the Impaler. The reign of Vlad III, though relatively brief in the grand sweep of history, cast a long and enduring shadow. His impact was immediate and terrifying for his contemporaries. The tales of his cruelty spread rapidly, aided by the printing press, creating an image of a demonic tyrant that resonated across Europe. This early infamy ensured that his name would not be easily forgotten. He became a byword for extreme brutality, a benchmark against which other cruel rulers might be measured, for better or for worse, in historical memory. His legacy in Romania, as discussed, is multifaceted. He remains a figure of national pride for some, a symbol of resistance and strong leadership. This heroic narrative has shaped Romanian identity and continues to be a subject of popular and academic interest. Monuments are erected in his honor. His castles, like Punari and Bran, often mistakenly associated with him directly as Dracula's castle, draw tourists eager to connect with his legend. This demonstrates the powerful hold he maintains on the national psyche, a figure both revered and feared. Beyond Romania, Vlad's most significant cultural impact is undoubtedly his connection to my fictional Count Dracula. This association, however tenuous in its direct biographical details, has made him one of history's most recognizable medieval rulers. The global fascination with vampires, fueled by countless books, films, and television shows, constantly brings his name, or rather his sobriquet, back into popular consciousness. He exists in a strange twilight realm, a historical figure whose reality is almost entirely eclipsed by his fictional counterpart, a monster of the night. Ultimately, Vlad the Impaler's story serves as a chilling reminder of the depths of human cruelty and the complexities of historical judgment.